Very warm welcome to Newsfeed on this 26th day of June 2022, a day that has seen the civil society organizations plea with the media as well as IEBC to remain ethical ahead of the August 9th general elections. One of the many stories we've lined up for you on Newsfeed this afternoon. Now, with that said, my name is Austine Otieno. I trust you're doing well. Welcome to the broadcast. Now on to our top story this afternoon. Detectives in Murang'a have commenced investigations after two employees of the Green Park restaurant along Kenol Sabasaba Road were hacked to death in cold blood. According to the police, a security guard and a member of staff at the hotel were said to have been killed after an 8-man gang invaded the establishment. Confirming the incident, Murang'a County DCI boss Cecilia Mugambi says the armed criminal gang entered the hotel at the wee hours of the morning, attacking the security guard who was on duty and a staff member who was reporting to work. Mugambi says the motive of the attack is yet to be established.
We have two dead bodies where it was reported in the morning that a team of offenders or crime who came to commit some crime, which we have not yet established exactly the motive of their coming here, because having two dead bodies, it is true that there was some attack, and from what we're identifying is that they are not known to the teams that are here. The club has been in operation for quite some time. So it is apparent that we have not known whether this what was stolen, because again, the crime scene personnel, the imaging, they are still here to try and find out what probably may have happened. We don't have the motive so far. But investigations have started, and we do not have anybody arrested so far. But of course, using the forensic investigations, we believe that we are going to unearth something that probably could have happened.
Manake sasa tunahitaji security huku, hata ukiwa umetoka mbali kuja huku biashara, unaona sasa utarudi nyumbani hata bila kitu. Tungeomba serikali iongezee sasa maafisa ili uhalifu uweze kupungua.
Now, civil society organizations have asked media houses, together with the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC), to remain ethical as the country nears general elections. Addressing the media at a Nairobi hotel on Sunday, the groups criticized some political formation for publishing misleading information on their social media platforms, asking the owners of the mentioned platforms to delete the accounts of the culprits who do not subscribe to the rules and regulations of social media.
Fake news and sophisticated disinformation campaigns are especially problematic in nascent democratic systems like ours in Kenya. When these activities move from sporadic and haphazard to organized and systematic efforts, they become disinformation campaigns with the potential to disrupt campaigns and governance in Kenya. We take note of the fact that some social media platforms are being weaponized by various players to spread disinformation campaigns and derail constructive debate.
With electoral campaigns already started, there is need to put in more resources for voter education, bearing in mind that actual voter education activities commenced extremely late in the electoral cycle, with the main reason being the statement issued by the Kenya Ministry of Foreign Affairs in early 2021, indicating that Kenyans do not require voter education.
We are concerned by the Commission's administrative decision to scrap the use of manual register during election day and instead use digital register, ostensibly to avoid manipulation of the polling exercise. It will be remembered that in 2017, the IEBC employed a complementary mechanism that allowed voters not identified electronically, and this number was about 2.5 million, to be allowed to vote on the account of the manual or printed register.
Na sisi kama shirika za kijamii tutaendelea kufuatilia vikao hivi ili kuweza kuleta wananchi na wale ambao wanania hizi viti pamoja, ili waweze kuwakagua na waweze kuuliza maswali kama hao viongozi kweli ni watu ambao wana meet the requirements of Chapter 6 of the Constitution.
Meanwhile, leaders allied to Kenya Kwanza Alliance from Trans Nzoia County have intensified campaigns to woo locals to rally behind Deputy President William Ruto's presidential bid as the best suited to transform the country 43 days to August polls. Our reporter Boniface Barasa has the details.
Speaking in Endebess constituency, the leaders led by Area MP Dr. Robert Pukose said the high cost of living is unbearable to Kenyans and that the Kenya Kwanza Alliance was best suited to address the issue should the alliance be elected by Kenyans come August 9.
Price ya fuel inasonga juu kila wakati. Yet tuko na fuel levy fund. Saa hii nimetembea huku kwa wananchi, korogoro ya mahindi ni shilingi 200. Let's make sure we have a government that is responsive. A government must be able to make sure that its people have enough food. Its people have good health care.
Sentiments echoed by former Charangani Member of Parliament Wisili Korir, who termed DP Ruto's presidential bid as the one that seeks to transform Kenya's economy.
Hii kura tunapoenda piga ya 2022, hii si kura ya kelele. Hii ni kura ya kuchagua viongozi ambao watatuongoza kutotoa katika shida ambayo hii nchi yetu ya Kenya imeingia. Ni serikali ya Kenya Kwanza ikiongozwa na William Samoei Ruto.
Elsewhere in Kwanza constituency, Kiminini MP Dr. Chris Wamalwa, who is Trans Nzoia gubernatorial hopeful on Kenya Kwanza Alliance ticket, led a parallel campaign team to drum up support for DP Ruto as Wamalwa called on President Uhuru Kenyatta to address the high cost of living before exiting the stage.
Bei ya mafuta imeenda juu. Bei ya unga imeenda juu. Tunaambia President Uhuru Kenyatta, tafadhali wananchi wanalia. Wanaumia. Kabla hujaondoka wahurumie. Ili bei ya vyakula iende chini.
Watu wa kwanza, kwa vile mko na imani na mimi, pahali naenda nataka mnifuate. Sawa? Pahali naenda mnifuate.
Munipatie miaka 5 tena. Niletee gavana yetu pesa ya kutosha. Pesa ya kutosha ya kumaliza hospitali. Pesa ya kutosha mbolea. Wakati wangu kulikuwa na mbolea ya mavuno.
Ukitembea Kimini unaona tu maendeleo. Kila mahali maendeleo. Sisi tunamjua kama kijana wa maendeleo. Tunasemanga Chris wa maendeleo. Na huko Kimini tumeamua na wana Trans Nzoia pia wanaona tunataka tumpatie promotion. Akuwe gavana wetu wa Trans Nzoia. Hebu tuone wale wanasema Chris akuwe gavana, Chris akuwe gavana.
Wamalwa was accompanied by Area Member of Parliament Fernandes Wanyonyi and other leaders as they crisscross Kwanza constituency to seek votes 43 days to the general poll. Boniface Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Thank you, Boniface Barasa, for that report. Now, still in the Western region, Kakamega gubernatorial hopeful and UDP party leader Cyrus Jirongo has maintained that he will be on the ballot after efforts allegedly by ODM leaders wanting him to step down in favor of ODM gubernatorial candidate Fernandes Barasa were unsuccessful. Speaking in a rally in Lugari constituency, Jirongo accused ODM party leader and Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga of bulldozing the locals to elect 6 ODM candidates, despite having other parties under Azimio. Jirongo said they will give Raila his vote as a presidential candidate, but all parties under Azimio should be allowed to field candidates for the remaining positions. He accused his opponents of spreading propaganda that he has stepped down in favor of ODM gubernatorial candidate Fernandes Barasa and his deputy Ayub Savula, saying that's a dream that will not be a reality as he is going to the ballot.
Raila ako na chama yake ni ODM. Mimi iko na chama yangu UDP. Hakuna mtu atakuja kuniambia chama yangu isisimamishe mtu. Unanielewa? Unanielewa? Mimi najua mbinu zao. Wamejaribu hata Jirongo asisimame, lakini niko hapa. Kwa sababu wamezoea
wale watu wanatumia kuwagandamiza. Yaani wewe kura ya mrembe umekuwa voting machine. Kazi yako ni kupiga kura tu. Alafu kila kitu inaenda kwingine. Tunaelewana? Tunaelewana? Na wale ambao wanajiita viongozi kutoka mkoa huu hawafanyi viongozi, wanajitafutia kazi na tumbo zao. Na ndio nimekuja niwaambie watu watakuja na uongo mwingi. Mimi nataka tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 mubebane hata na yule indana, muhakikishe kila mtu amenipigia kura. Kwa hivyo mtu akija hapa na propaganda awaambie Jirongo amekaa na fulani sijui wamesikizana nini, hiyo ni uoga. Hiyo ni uoga. Mimi Raila hawezi kuniambia ati wachana na chama yako ya UDP, tunataka ODM. ODM iende Nyanza, hata sisi tuko na vyama yetu. Tunapatia yeye kura moja ya urais. Na mimi sitaki anisaidie. Sina haja na yeye kunisaidia.
Elsewhere, Ezekiel Machogu, the outgoing Nyaribari Masaba Member of Parliament, has promised to fix key development challenges facing residents if elected. Addressing an election campaign rally at Riamo in Kenyanya sub-county, Machogu cited lack of medicines, inadequate health workers in health facilities, and poor road network as some of the constraints facing the residents. He also pledged to put up enough classrooms for early childhood development education. Machogu is among 6 candidates eyeing the coveted county seat on a United Democratic Alliance Kenya Kwanza coalition.
Kwa sehemu ya Machoge ambaye ile taabu kubwa nimeona inakumba wananchi ni mambo ya matibabu, mahospitali yetu hakuna madawa, hakuna wafanyikazi. Kwa hivyo wakati watanipatia nafasi kama gavana wao tarehe 9 mwezi ya 8, nitashughulikia sana mambo ya afya, kuhakikisha ya kwamba kuna madawa katika hospitali zetu, si Machoge peke yake, lakini kila sehemu ya Kisii. Vile nimetembea sehemu ambaye barabara zetu siko katika hali mbaya sana, ile ambaye kaunti inatakana kushughulikia. Mimi naahidi kwa wananchi wa sehemu hii ya Machoge na Kisii kwa jumla ya kwamba nitashughulikia vilivyo mambo ya barabara, kuhakikisha ya kwamba wataweza safiri kutoka sehemu moja hadi nyingine.
A section of women candidates and political aspirants in Garissa have expressed their frustrations in seeking for political seats in the county where negotiated democracy is highly practiced. The women say that most of them have been denied opportunities to run for political seats, which are since given to men through negotiations. Some of the challenges they noted during a consultative meeting with the Kenya Women Parliamentary Association, KEWOPA, include resistance by their male counterparts, lack of finances, and cultural barriers for women leadership in the region. Lagdera Member of Parliament candidate Malyun Abdi regretted that while they struggle as women to provide campaign materials, there have been cases where banners and posters of women candidates have been destroyed by goons.
Whenever you're trying to put posters or banners in the areas, the wards, they are sending some hooligans to go remove your posters or the banners, which is not the right way. As a woman, I have a right to contest this seat. It's not the matter of saying that you are, when Msichana, stay away from this seat. And the first time when I came to Lagdera and asked the elders, they're saying that this seat near Wanaume, just go away, and if you come back, you will see the consequences.
We need to stop, we need to have no violation. We don't need incitements. we work under cleansing. People need to be educated and to move forward on election day to have the right leader. Everyone has a leader in heart. Please go there peacefully, make your choice, and leave the polling station.
For vying for a certain position is that here in our community, we believe in elders' endorsement. There's something called negotiated democracy. So elders endorse a certain candidate, which will automatically become a challenge to the other candidates. And I'm urging the community, please to go for the right leader, and we should stop this clan endorsement. And we make the right choice.
Now, from the story of women leadership in Garissa County, we'll do a short break, but don't go too far. When we come back, we'll be giving you more news as well as some sporting action, so stay tuned.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
The agriculture sector is growing day by day, and that is why this week we attended the Agrotech Africa Expo so as to understand how technology is catching up with farming and the modern times and how farmers can implement them.
Agribora is an agri-fintech company working tirelessly to de-risk agriculture, improve farm productivity, and also help farmers get markets for inputs and outputs.
Sunday, 6:30 p.m.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli.
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. It is our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's continue in Vihiga County, where Vihiga Senator George Haniri has slammed Kenya Kwanza Brigade, calling them crying babies, speaking after launching his manifesto for the Vihiga gubernatorial race. The senator said Azimio is destined for a win and that their competitors should continue wailing over unconfirmed reports of rigging. Haniri stated that Western Region is fully behind Azimio la Umoja since they are only safe under Raila's government to strengthen devolution. At the same time, the senator has promised to tackle water scarcity in the county if elected as county boss come August 9th.
All is going to be okay. Mwalimu Simani Francis Gemogi katika wizara ya elimu pale kwenye Twira na vile vile zipo
kutarajiwa. Naibu wa gavana wa bibi ni mwalike Bwana Achila.
We want a good environment. We want a regime that believes in devolution, ambayo itahakikisha tunapata pesa ya kufanya mambo haya. Kuna wale wengine mnajua they never even believe in devolution in the first place. Wakati tulikuwa tunapigia hii katiba kura ya referendum, kuna wale walipinga. Si mnawajua? They did not believe in this constitution, they did not believe in devolution. My worry is, if they are sent to the helm of the leadership of this country, they may kill devolution and therefore kill this dream that we are having today. That is why I will stand with Baba na Mama. My candidate is Engineer Raila Odinga, and all signs are that Baba is winning the elections.
Now, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops has called on the county and national government to move with speed to address the current economic crisis in the country. Speaking after a church service, Archbishop Philip Anyolo urged national leaders to lower prices of basic commodities so that families can meet their needs. He further urged Kenyans to refuse to be incited and to ensure peace prevails during and after elections. So how about we have a listen to the proceedings? And currently it is Bishop Philip Anyolo who is speaking. So let's have a listen to that.
By aspirants to exploit the sufferings of others for personal gains. We believe that the outgoing elected leaders would have done much more in putting in place mechanisms to mitigate the effects of the perennial droughts now severe in parts of our country. We run the risk that leaders who will be elected in different elective positions may follow the same trend, whereby they do not attend to the well-being of the poor and destitute, but focus on themselves at increasing their salaries. Those seeking election or elective positions should tell us their specific plan to lower cost of living in order to improve the economy without deflecting responsibility by finger-pointing or blaming external factors. They need to commit not to increase the salaries, which is their salaries. Number two, let us be simply moved by the care of our poor brothers and our poor neighbors. As our Lord Jesus Christ taught in the great commandment of love, if your neighbor is hungry, offer him or her something to eat. I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. So says the Lord in Matthew 25, verses 35 to 40. Many Kenyans are hungry. The cost of living is rising. Inflation is soaring, and all of us are called to come to the aid of our neighbor. However, the leaders, both national and county, by their...
That is Bishop Philip Anyolo, who